Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash. And I want to say Shalom to Akmin Akwalt out there pursuing this truth diligently. Coming at you once again with another lesson. This one's from an article by Engadget and under the science label, right? Neuralink says the FDA designated its blind sight implant as a breakthrough device. Okay? And the title of this lesson, of course, is Neuralink designated as a breakthrough device. So this is something, I came across on the Google feed, and it was originally by a PC Gamer, a thing that, I look at from time to time. I don't really game on the PC, much anymore, but I used to, so it's still there. And I saw this, and I said, let me go ahead and see what's going on. Is it like FDA approval, or what's going on? So it said, right under here, it says, this could accelerate development of the tech, which aims to help restore blind patients' vision. So basically, the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, has designated it as a breakthrough device. All right, something that's really important and can, in the medical community. So because they designated that, it could accelerate its development. All right, and if you look up what development means, let's go ahead and get that. Let me see. If you go and look up development, all right, and yeah, everybody knows the word development, but it's good to get these words and these definitions sometimes because you never know. All right, the process of starting to experience or suffer from an ailment or feeling. One doesn't really fit either. The process of developing or being developed. I mean, it does, but what does it mean to develop then? So to grow or to cause to grow and become more mature, advanced, or elaborate. Okay, so they want to help this become more advanced and elaborate. All right, and as you brothers and sisters know that have been in this truth for a while, this Neuralink is the brain chip. All right, the CH to the I to the P. I already said it, but you know how it goes. Which is the mark of the beast, man. All right, it's those RF to the I to the D implants. All right, that are the mark of the beast, man. And you got, the brain chip, all right, Neuralink, and then you got the the arm candy, right, the wrist rocket, whatever you want to call it, all right between your pointer finger and your thumb, all right, and that little spot, and that's where they put that little they put that little digital device, man, right? And hey, we're not ignorant. Let's go and get that one. Gotta open it up again. Give me a minute. This is 2 Corinthians 2 and 11. Hell, here it is. 2 Corinthians 2 and 11. It says, let me actually go up to 10. No, we'll get from 11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. All right, especially, that's speaking of us that are in this truth. All right, the hopeful elect. All right, and really the elect, but the hopeful elect, because we can't be for certain. Now, and it's not, we're not like the people out in the world. All right, when we hear people say things, we actually listen. Okay, Bill Gates ain't getting away with saying, talking about population control under a watchful, a hopeful elect ear. All right, Lord willing. So, and I'm not saying that as a proud statement. I'm just saying the Lord's dealing with us differently than he is with the people in the world. He's not dealing with the people in the world, man. And that's why they're so blinded, all right, who blinded the lights, who blinded the eyes of them that don't believe, lest the light and glory of Hamashiach shall shine upon them, all right, roughly paraphrasing, I believe. So, and if I mess that up, I stumble in speech but not in heart. I believe it goes along that. Matter of fact, I'm just going to end up leaving this. I'm just going to leave this open. Blinded the minds. I said eyes. Blinded the minds. But 2 Corinthians 4 and 4 says, in whom the power of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Hamashiach, who is the image of Yahweh, should shine unto them. So I got it close, but not close enough. I'd rather just grab the scripture. So these people, they're not gonna be able to see the things that we see or hear the things that we hear, because Yahweh Bashim Shai is not dealing with them. All right, they don't have the Holy Spirit, all right, as it is. So when they hear these things or see these things, it's going to pass them by. They're not going to really think anything of it. They're not going to think it's a breakthrough, right, in prophecy, if you will, all right. They're just going to think it's just another day. That's why when they hear things about the Nord Stream pipeline, or if you're not going to get sick if you get it, or all these different things, or if we do real good with this and that, we can get that number down to this amount. When they hear those type of things, all right, by political officials or entrepreneurs, all right, it doesn't really strike them as anything concerning. Okay, they don't, and a lot of the time they don't even understand. Now there might be some people out in the world that are a little bit more attuned to the subliminal messaging, all right, and imagery that we get in this media, all right, and notably some of these surprisingly enough, these people that would be labeled as hillbillies and rednecks, all right, these people, as their appearance of stupidity, all right, is not all that it seems to be. Because some of these people know what's going on. I don't trust that goddamn government. I know something's going on. I heard that Bill Gates talking about killing people, and people were like, "Oh, he's just an idiot." Well, he on some things he is, but they would be right about that, right? They know about all of the government insurrections and all. They know about all these different things, man. They know about the government and the 48ers and and all these different people that are fucking around and doing shit in the background. They're not ignorant, and it's not because they themselves are also the devil, but they're not ignorant of what's going on. Okay, so there's some people out in the world that do have that. Okay, there are some, but for the vast majority of the people that have that gift are in this truth. Okay, and it really comes from being scholarly and paying attention, man. So I'm gonna read a little bit more of this. All right, I have a couple more minutes. Says Neuralink says the Food and Drug Administration has designated its experimental blind sight implant as a breakthrough device. Neuralink, blind sight device, whatever you want to call it. It's something that's going in your brain and getting a chip. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices. We know what the ultimate goal of that is. Oh, it's going to help you with this. We know it's an implant. We know what you're doing. It says the company is developing the technology in an attempt to restore blind people's sight. All right, and that's, again, you never trust thine enemy. We're going to get that in just a moment, Lord willing, if we have time, because they'll try to make it seem like it's something like really good. All right, it says manufacturers who apply through the FDA's Voluntary Breakthrough Devices Program and receive the designation from the agency are granted an opportunity to interact with FDA experts through several different program options to efficiently address topics as they arise during the pre-market review phase. The FDA also prioritized breakthrough devices for review. Ultimately, a breakthrough device designation can accelerate development of a technology. Last year, the FDA gave the designation to 145 medical devices. Blindsight is separate from telepathy, and it's an implant that enables patients with spinal cord injuries to control computers using their thoughts, allowing them to play video games and design 3D objects. Neuralink owner and founder Elon Musk said in August that the company had implanted the chip into a second human patient. All right. Musk claimed back in March that blindsight is already working in monkeys. Resolution will be low at first, like early Nintendo graphics, he said Atari, Nintendo graphics, but ultimately may exceed normal human vision. Federal investigators have reportedly looked into Neuralink's animal testing practices, but Musk said in March that no monkey has died or been seriously injured by a Neuralink device. So here's Elon Musk's post. It says, the blindsight device from Neuralink will enable even those who have lost both eyes and their optic nerve to see, provided the visual cortex is intact. It will even enable those who have been blind from birth to see for the first time. So set expectations correctly. The vision will be at first low resolution like Atari graphics, but eventually has the potential to be better than natural vision and enable you to see in infrared, ultraviolet, or even radar wavelengths like Geordi LaForge, and I guess it's from Star Trek. So that's his promise, all right, is that it's good, it'll make it way better. But we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. I'm going to go ahead and get one more scripture, and then we're going to have to cut it right there for the time being. I'll have to, put these together and post. Let me go get Job 13 and 4, because I got to head up into work here. Let me go get Job 13 and 4. All right, Job 13 and 4. It says, all right, and this is something that you need to realize and remember, is Job 13 and 4, but ye are forgers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value. All right, and that's a thing that you need to know, because I closed it out too early. 1 minute. If you look up here, all right, physician meaning a person qualified to practice medicine, a person who cures moral or spiritual ills, a healer. These people are healers of no value, and they're forgers of lies, okay? And if you're forging something, that means you make it. So we're going to cut it right there. Lord willing, I'll be back with you in just a minute to piece it together. Until then, shalom. All right, shalom, we're back. So, just done, before I left off, we did, physicians of no value. So, I don't know if, we did get the definition. I did go and get that. So, I'm going to go ahead and look through a little bit more. I don't know if we got entirely through all of this, but we'll read this. Because I think we left off after getting the, after what Elon said here. But right down here it says, blind sight will enable even those who have lost both eyes and their optic nerve to see, Musk said, following the FDA's designation. Provided the visual cortex is intact, it will even enable those who have been blind from birth to see for the first time, he added. So that, sure. It says that he added that while the resolution of blind sight is low to begin with, eventually it has potential to be better than natural vision and enable you to see in infrared, ultraviolet, or even radar wavelengths. Says those are lofty claims, that's what I was thinking, and Neuralink is some way off from being able to fully restore sight to someone who has lost it, if it's ever actually able to do that. There you go. If it's ever even able actually to ever do that. Right? Those are lofty claims. So it's going to be some time, all right, before that's even if they can ever do it, right? It says it's not the first company or research team to work on vision restoring implants either. Meanwhile, at TechCrunch points out, it's unlikely that blind sight or similar tech can help people who have been blind since birth, given that such people have not developed the biological capacity for seeing through their eyes. So, you see it. So, basically, sounds like a bunch of bullshit. All right, sounds like a bunch of bullshit is what they're saying. And these are the things that you gotta going back to Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10, never trust thine enemy. All right, you can't trust these devils. They're gonna say all sorts of types of shit, man. They're gonna say, oh, this was, it's gonna help you walk again. It's gonna help you have eyes again. It's gonna help you hear again. And some of these things might be true to an extent. You might have something that helps your hearing. You might even have an implant that makes you walk again. All right, the Lord might allow something like that to happen. All right, and still doesn't mean you can get it. You're paralyzed. I'm paralyzed. I have to just be like this. I can't take the chip. No, you can't take the chip, man. Not unless you want to die. So yeah, what's better, man? Staying in a chair or just being dead? All right, you've been in a chair for how long? What you'd rather have, or you'd rather have the Lord, strike you down, man. Take your ass out with those nuclear missile fire, or even if you even make it to that point, right? So let's get Revelation 13, 16 through 18. Most people will know this one. So let's get Revelation 13 and verse 16, and it's right there. It's right there in the pudding, man. The proof is in the pudding. So we'll get verse 15. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So this beast, all right, is this beast system, all right, is NATO, right? NATO and the EU. So the NATO, that's the beast, and it makes up of all these different Edomite nations. My brain's drawing a blank. Let me go and grab the picture. Let me get it. Here it is. The beast with 7 heads and 10 horns is NATO. You can see you got right on top the Great Whore, which of course is America, Germania Major, the Romans. So the NATO and the Edomite, the beast system is made up really primarily of Germania Major, the Romans, the French, the Spanish, Germania Minor, and the British. Right, and then of course the Greeks. So there's a higher resolution of this image out here somewhere, right there. There you go, and you can go and there's even higher resolution images than this. You can see, and it talks about all the history and stuff. You can go and look at it. It talks about the philosophy. One thing that's not on here is the false prophet, which I don't think is necessarily mentioned in what we're reading. Yeah, it's not. But the false prophet, when that's mentioned, that's speaking of the Roman Catholic Church. All right, so going on to verse 16. All right, getting right into it. And it says, Revelation 13:16, and he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And as it's been said by the apostles of Great Millstone, of whom I am not affiliated with, but that's who I learned from, is that a lot of the time, the apostles, the elders, and brothers, they'll mention it, is that the most people are going to get the regular hand chip, right? And it could be in your right hand, could be in your left hand. The people that are going to get the forehead chips, that's most likely going to be people, paraplegic, people that are in wheelchairs or, other disabilities, and they're going to scan your head for you more than likely. But, I'm sure there'll be certain exceptions, all right? Some people might be deaf, so they got the brain chip so they can hear, yada, 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 right? So, in verse 17, it says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark. So there's going to become, a time, let me finish up the scripture. It says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So some people, they try to get cute and say, oh yeah, I'm gonna get it in my butt cheek. I'm gonna get it in my ear. I'm gonna get it in my left nostril. And then it's not gonna be my forehead or right hand. So I didn't do none. Well, it says in verse 17 that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast. So you got it somehow. All right, you got it somehow, didn't you? Okay, it doesn't matter if you got it in your butt cheek, your left nostril, all right, your big toe. It don't matter. You got it, all right? So, like it says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So you're not going to be able to buy groceries, all right, you wicked-ass 2/3. You're not going to be able to go and buy your packs of Newports, all right? So you motherfuckers, you're going to be the ones that are going to be the first ones to go and get that chip, because I need my Newports, man. I need my Ultra Wide. I need my Camel. Please, I just need a smoke, man. Well, you got to get this chip. Okay, just put it in me, man. I don't care. Just give me the goddamn pack of cigarettes, right? And that's, those people with addictions, they're going to be the first ones that are going to go and take it because they need their fix, man. They need their fix. And that's how you're going to go and get it. And I wouldn't be surprised if, they have these legal heroin clinics and methadone clinics. They're going to say, oh, well, you know what, Jimmy, in order, the government's mandated that in order to give you this, you actually have to have your identification. Do you have the chip? No, I don't. Well, we can't give you your heroin. Well, just give me the chip then, man. Just give me the heroin. Just fucking do whatever you want. It wouldn't be the first time I've had a needle stuck in me. Right? So, and the people with addictions, they're going to be the easiest target to get it, man. People with, mothers, all right, they're going to be a real good demographic because you got to get food for the baby, all right? Got to get food for the baby, all right? Your titties ain't producing milk. Got to go and get formula, all right? So, or whatever it is, right? So got to feed the baby. Got to have food. Got to get the money to get the baby fed. All right, and that's why people that have kids, they're going to be under a harsher test than the brothers and sisters that don't have kids, right? Because they're going to be my kid. I ain't going to have no kids to think about. Lord willing, right? And if you have kids, hey man, the Lord's going to help you out. But if you don't have kids, hey, you know, it's a blessing. I mean, as much as children themselves are a blessing, in this day and age, they can even act as a curse sometimes. And you can't enjoy them no how. All right, you can't enjoy them in captivity. All right, they're always doing some type of, you know, they're either getting in trouble or someone's trying to get them in trouble, especially if it's Jake children. They're going to have a rough-ass upbringing. So, hey, and if you have kids, hey, man, the Lord's going to help you all out anyway. Lord willing that you're part of the elect. But it is going to be a harder situation, all right, because you have, instead of just your mouth to feed, you have two mouths to feed. It's the same thing with brothers that have wives. It's going to be a harder situation instead of just dealing with yourself, right? Verse 18, here is wisdom, let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. All right, and you see that number everywhere. All right, Esau, the so-called white man, loves throwing that number around. That's his favorite number. All right, that's his favorite number. So let's get Psalms 55 and 21. All right, it's his favorite number because it's the number of his system. All right, so Psalms. I had numbers on the mind. Come on. 55 and 21. And then we're going to go ahead and close out. Oops. Psalms 55 and 21. All right. Speaking of how Esau is, right? So this is why you got to be careful. Because they're going to say all these really cool things. You'll walk again. You'll be able to breathe double the oxygen. You'll feel on top of the world, right? They'll say all these type of things to you, but you got to realize it's a bunch of bullshit, and it's really, you know, it's really double speak, and they're trying to get you, you know, oh yeah, this is gonna sound good to them, right? And then it's not. It's actually very, you know, remember, his ways are always grievous, right? And never trust thine enemy. There's plenty of scriptures out there, man. And you just don't want to trust these devils, man, because trusting these devils will lead you to an early grave. Psalms 55 and 21 says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Once again, verse 21, Psalms 55 and 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. So he's going to have some really smooth words. Oh, well, if you get this, you know, I could absolutely positively tell you that you're going to be able to walk again, Mr. Sir. You will absolutely be able to walk again. A matter of fact, come right over here, step right up. You see this guy over here? His name's Jimmy. Jimmy was paraplegic since birth. Look at him. Walk around, Jimmy. Show him. Do a little walk. See that? Look. Do a sprint. Look. Watch this. Jump. Look at that. He can even jump like LeBron. Yep. He has the LeBron implant. Yep. That's absolutely correct. So you can jump. He jumps 3 times higher than the average person that does not have this implant. Can you believe it? Don't you want it? Don't you want to get it? Here, come right over here. We can get you in the chipping station right here. Just take it. Come on. Just get it. Oh, you're on. No, you can get it in your head. Doesn't matter. Oh, well, you can get it in your shoulder if you want. Doesn't matter. Just wherever you get it. It'll give you superhuman abilities. Right? That's how they're going to market this shit. Right? And you got to realize that his words are going to be smooth, and he's going to sound, well, actually, see, it's not the mark of the beast. The mark of the beast is actually, you know, this is an RFID chip. This is a different, what's the other one? RFID. They have the, RFC. Is it RFC? RFID, and then they have NFC. No, this is actually NFC. No, hey man, yeah, I heard that you had that NFC and RFID. That was the mark of the beast. Oh, yes. Calm down, Jamal. Calm down. This is an NFC and this is an RFID. This is 345. This is M45 technology, and it's completely different than anything like that. It is a microchip, but it's not. It's not what you think. It's not the RFID chip. That is completely different. It's completely different technology. This is a C412 chip. This is completely different. You know, right? So that's how they're gonna try to market that. And your simple ass. All right, if you're not in this truth and you're not of the elect, oh, okay. Okay, because I had a Hebrew Israelite cousin. He said it was RFID. But if you said it's not the RFID, well, if you said something different and it's not RFID or NFC, and you say it's H1P technology, I'll get it. I'll absolutely take it because it's not the RFID. Nah, man, don't pull that shit. It's a digital device. It's a digital device with a microcontroller inside of it that's getting implanted under your skin. It's fucking mark of the beast, man. That is the mark of the beast. So, hey, man, like it says, his words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. So they might sound smooth, but they're there to cut you up and dice you into pieces, man. So Neuralink has been designated as a breakthrough device, a breakthrough technology for them. But hey, man, don't buy it. Don't believe it. It's not going to, even if you see people jumping for joy, you see people jumping 5 feet up in the goddamn air, don't get it, because it's your ass if you do, man. And hey, it's your salvation at the end of the day, right? And the only people that are going to take it aren't the elect anyway. So that's been the lesson. With that, we're going to go ahead and close out. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Makakwadash. Shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. Keep enduring. Keep the faith. We're almost out of here. Until next one, Lord willing. Shalom.